heard, I am Austin Albert, a junior at Oakland. My major is health sciences with a pre-health professional concentration. I am also the vice president of Oakland University Alternative Spring Break Organization and the special events coordinator for Oakland University's Health Science Exploration and Collaborative Leadership and Interprofessional Education Organization. Today, I am granted the amazing opportunity to introduce to you four very impressive and very dynamic Oakland University leaders that are part of an awesome program called Project Upward Bound. Project Upward Bound serves over 133 scholars per year on the path toward college and better leadership. Today, I am so proud to say that Project Upward Bound is a part of OU's Division of Student Affairs and Diversity. And today we have with us Mr. Adam Harris, Project Upward Bound's project advisor, along with three more Project Upward Bound associates, Tumani Wahhab, Keyila Hollis, and Octavio Alvarez. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it along to Mr. Adam Harris.
Thank you so much, Austin. I appreciate you, sir, for introducing us. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that way that we can go ahead and get started. I first and foremost want to say thank you to Jeremy and to Jean Ann out of the Office for Student Involvement for allowing us this opportunity. We don't take it for granted, and we also don't take it lightly. I'm extremely honored to be able to present alongside of three of our scholars from our program. To all of you that are students here at Oakland University. And so if you don't mind, Oakland University students, just because I know that this can be something that can be a daunting task for high school students, if you can show them some loves with some reactions in the chat or with your reactions, I know we can do that, or even just, say something very positive so that way the nerves that they may have can kind of, maybe flow away, right? So I appreciate that so much. So once again, we're very appreciative of this opportunity, and thank you so much, Jeremy and Jean Ann, for this opportunity. I have two goals with this presentation alongside of our co-presenters. And one of those goals is, one, to be able to talk with you guys just a little bit about how you can be the change by looking inward first and changing yourself. And then the second thing is I hope that you're inspired by our scholars that are in our program. And again, there's three of them that will be speaking to you today. And they'll be talking to you a little bit about, how they've had to change their own individual lives to become the leaders that they are today. So I'm going to give you a little bit of pub culture today throughout this presentation, and you get a chance to kind of see what we do inside of our presentation and also within our program. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Octavio, this is my time.
All the time. Mr. Harris, this is my time.
All the time. Keyila, this is my time.
All the time. Mr. Harris, this is my time.
All the time. And Tumani, this is my time.
All the time. Mr. Harris, this is my time.
All the time. This is your time. All the time. This is your time to master yourself. And we want you to know, not only just as our scholars, but also as Oakland University student leaders, that this is your time. And every day that you wake up, it's your time to make a difference in the world, but it's also your time to make a difference in your own life. So now I'm going to actually allow Keyila Hollis, who is one of our amazing seniors in our program, to read this next slide and talk to you a little bit about leadership and about mastering your self-time.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Keyila Hollis, and today I just want to read a quote to you. You must be the change you want to see in the world, by Gandhi. And this slide is about leadership and master your self-time. Everyone was born to lead. However, you must become a leader. There is no better time to sharpen your leadership skills and abilities than right now. Our community needs you. Our world can certainly use you. Look within, believe in yourself, and know that you have the power to make this time a moment to change. This is Master Your Self-Time.
Thank you so much, Keyila. You did an amazing job. And once again, we want you guys to know that leadership starts within. Before you can change the world on the outside, you have to start within yourselves. I got a chance to jump on this platform just a little bit early, and I got a chance to hear some of the things that some of the other leaders were telling you. And everything that they were telling you about in terms of knowing who you are, in terms of looking within yourself to understand who you are as an individual. All of those things are important. And that's what we want you to know, is that in order for you to be the change in the world that we need right now, there's no better time right now than making that change right now. So we want to make sure that we share that with you. And again, thank you so much, Keyila, for sharing that. So now I'm going to go ahead and allow our presenters to introduce themselves in full. And I'll go ahead and start. So once again, my name is Adam Harris. I have the fortunate privilege to be the project advisor for Project Upward Bound here at Oakland University. Once again, I'm very thankful and excited to be able to present to all of you. I hope you can feel my energy, even though we're in a virtual space. I would love to be with you guys in person, but at the same time, I get the honor to work with students from Oak Park and Pontiac schools, and it's an amazing opportunity to watch their lives transform. And we have 3 of our amazing scholars with us, and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves as well. So I'll turn it over to Octavio.
Hey guys, my name is Octavio Alvarez. I go to Pontiac High School. I've been in Project Upward Bound for 4 years now, and I plan on going to University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Keyila Hollis. I am a senior at Pontiac High School. This will be my 4th year in Project Upward Bound, and I plan to attend Oakland University.
Greetings, my name is Tumani Wahhab. I attend Oak Park High School. I've been in Project Upward Bound for 3 years, and I plan to attend Central State University in the fall.
So once again, you guys are getting 3 of our amazing scholars in our program. We're so very, very, very proud of them. I can't say it enough. Tumani and Keyila, they just won scholarships from our national governing body called MyCap. And so we are very excited for them. Keyila is also on a full ride scholarship here to Oakland University. So look out, because she will be seeing you guys in the fall. And once again, Octavio is doing amazing work in terms of what he's doing as well. He's an artist. And so we're just very proud of these 3 individuals, and we're very glad to have them in our program. So this next slide I'm gonna present to you is actually some words of wisdom from the late, great Dr. Maya Angelou. And so I want you guys to hear what she's saying about being a part of the human race and also a part of this human family that all of us are a part of.
What I pray for is humility, to know that there is something greater than I. Then I have to know that the brute, the bigot, and the batterer are all children of God, whether they know it or not. And I'm supposed to treat them accordingly. And it's hard, and I blow it all the time. Mongrel class of people. I'd like everybody to think of a statement by Terence. The statement is, I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. If you can internalize the least portion of that, you will never be able to say of an act, a criminal act, or I couldn't do that. No matter how heinous the crime, if a human being did it, you have to say, I have in me all the components that are in her or in him. I intend to use my energies constructively as opposed to destructively. If you can do that about the negative, just think what you can do about the positive. If a human being dreams a great dream, dares to love somebody, if a human being dares to be Martin King or Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa or Malcolm X, if a human being dares to be bigger than the condition into which she or he was born, it means so can you. And so you can try to stretch yourself. So you can internalize, homo sum, humani nihil me alienum puto. I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. That's one thing I'm learning.
So one of the things that I hope you guys take away from this presentation, but also from today, right? This is called the Be the Change Conference, Leadership Conference. And that is one, that change starts within you. And also it's important that you guys recognize that we are all a part of this human family. None of us are anything else except for a part of this human race and this human family. And on this slide, I also put, there's the African derived word called Ubuntu, which means I am because we are because I am. And one of the things I try to stress to our scholars each and every day is taking responsibility for the conditions in which they live, but also taking responsibility for their own individual lives. And at the end of the day, you cannot, put blame on anyone else for how life is going for you or how, things are turning out. If there's a way in which you can make change in your own life and also in the world, you have to take that responsibility. So the reason why we're currently in the society that we live in is because it's made up of a collective group of individuals. The individual cannot be separated from the collective group, and the group is made up of the collective group of individuals. So I want you guys to understand it and know that, and it's important that we go about making change as a collective, but also as an individual, so that way that we can be the change that we wish to see in the world. So now I'm gonna have one of our scholars, Octavio. He's gonna ask you guys a couple questions. This is where we need to get a little bit of participation and response from you guys, because again, we want this to be kind of engaging. So Octavio is gonna take it over from here, and he's gonna ask you a couple questions, and you can follow his instructions.
All right, hey guys, Octavio here. I got two questions for you guys. All right, the first question is, if we are truly honest as student leaders, are we okay and content with where we are as society or nation? I need you guys to answer that with a yes or no in the chat down below. Give you guys a minute to answer that. We got five seconds. All right, time's up. All right, for our second question, we got, what is one thing we want to see change in our society, our country, or our world? I'm gonna give you guys a minute and 30 seconds. 10 seconds. All right, time's up. All right, I'm gonna have one of my peer mentors, Miss Arja, read off some of your responses in the chat.
All right, so I'm pretty sure everybody answered no for question 1. For question 2, I see a lot of acceptance and kindness, rights among people, equality, more listening, understanding, compassion, acceptance, treating everyone of every race equally, listening to all viewpoints, that's a lot, inclusion, tolerance, belonging for all. These are the majority of the answers.
So first and foremost, thank you so much for indulging our scholars and also this platform with those responses. I'm overwhelmed right now with amazing joy to know that the conscious state of mind of this group and this platform is to see change. It's to see change, which means that it's on the horizon already because you guys are conscious about that change needs to happen. And when we talk about making a change and making a difference in our lives and also in this world, it starts with us. It starts with you. It starts with every single person that's on this platform. And to see those responses, I know that our world is already in a better place because it's already on the thoughts and the minds of people that exist here at Oakland University. So thank you for that. So now at this time, what I want to do is I want to give you guys a moment to see something that our scholars that we have brought to this platform, Octavio, Keyila, and Tumani, they're going to share with you one of their proudest moments up until now. And also they're going to share with you one of the things that they've had to change in their own individual lives to be better leaders and to be better people and citizens of their own communities. Octavio, we'll start with you.
All righty, hey guys, Octavio here again. One of my proudest moments is becoming a pub ambassador, because never in my life I would have thought that I would become an ambassador of anything in my life, especially a college program that I got to join in high school. And then one of my changes that I've had to make is I've had to make changes within my time management. By time management, I mean like how I spend my time, how much time I spend on drawing, how much time I spend on doing my homework, how much time I play video games, you know? And I'm gonna pass it on to Keyila Hollis.
Okay, hi everyone. My proudest accomplishment in life would be being very active with community activities outside of school while maintaining school. One thing I had to change about myself would be asking questions, because I was very shy growing up, and I know that asking questions is how you learn. And now I'm going to pass it over to Tumani.
Once again, my name is Tumani Wahhab. My proudest accomplishment thus far would just be being able to comprehend what I read. And one thing I had to change about myself in preparation for college will be just stop overthinking about minor stuff. Say, for instance, I had to write an email to a teacher. I would just question myself if I was wording my email in the right way, or if my punctuation was right or wrong.
So thank you guys so much. Once again, I'm so proud of these scholars, as you guys can see. These are 3 of many, right? These are just the 3 that happen to be chosen, but I am very proud of these 3 because of the fact that they're so honest and they're so genuine about their stories and also about their lives. I spoke with them yesterday and kind of told them some personal things that I really appreciated in terms of watching them grow. And I won't share that on this platform because it was really some deep stuff. But at the same time, I can say to you to know their individual stories and to know their individual lives. I have been personally blessed to have come across their paths, and as well as our peer mentors that I get a chance to work alongside. I always say to my peer mentors that they work with me, they don't work for me. And Mr. Jeremy was kind of talking about the context of creating a climate in terms of the people that you work with. And I want my peer mentors to know that they work with me, they don't work for me, because the work that they do, they share in the same journey that I'm in. And so I feel very honored and blessed to be able to work alongside some amazing Oakland University students, an amazing graduate assistant. And, you know, so I know that if they're amazing, I know that I'm talking to some amazing students as well. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of close, we'll wind down here, and I'm going to give you guys some takeaways and things to think about. Because maybe some of this has already been said, but I want to kind of share it with you in another form. So the first thing is, it all starts with you looking yourself in the mirror. When you're talking about be the change, I love the song by Michael Jackson that says, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message would be any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, you got to look at yourself and make the change. If you look at that picture, there's a young boy who's looking in the mirror and he's looking at himself in his future. My question to you is, what do you see when you look yourself in the mirror each and every day? What do you see? Do you see a bright future? Do you see a future of someone that's going to make an impact? Do you see a future in which you're going to make an impact in your family, in your community, in this world? What do you see? Because what you see, I know is in terms of what you will one day become, right? So I think it's important that you guys understand how important it is that you envision the life that you want to live, but also the life that you want to lead. So again, know that it starts with you looking yourself in the mirror. The second thing I want to share with you is this. We have to go below the surface of the iceberg. You are the iceberg. So often we pay so much attention to the things we wear, our clothes, our hair, our makeup, whatever it may be, the things that we're posting on Instagram, social media, Facebook, all these things that are on the surface. How often do we go beneath the surface and check on our foundation, to check on the things that we believe, to check in with those stereotypes or preconceived notions that we have, to check whether or not we are actually treating people right, to check whether or not we are giving our best to each and every day, to check to see if we are building the foundation that is going to help us be the person that we want to see. So we have to go below the surface and not focus so much on the things that we see above the surface, but beneath the surface. And then lastly, I want you guys to understand how important it is to be different. You cannot stand out if you're like everybody else. It makes no sense to say that you're going to stand out if you're like everybody else. Be different, because that's what's going to make the difference in our world. Be different. But I also want to say this, being different does not mean you're deficient. I'm going to give you an example. I am an African-American male in this world and also in this country. My lived experience will be different from my white counterparts. That's a true fact. That's a truth of mine. When that George Floyd experience took place this summer, that hurt me to the core because I've had lived experiences being pulled over by the police. And I can tell you that there were moments where I questioned whether or not I were going to make it out. That's a lived experience for many African-American people across this world. And if you can't see that, it's hard for us to be able to express or to explain that we do need change in our society. So because my lived experience is different doesn't mean that I'm deficient. It just means that that is my truth. And so I need others to be able to recognize that and see that. And again, not necessarily to take on the blame or the ownership of my lived experience, but just know that there's other people that will have different lived experiences. So with that being said, my hope is that if you find someone on the campus that's different from you, don't leave Oakland University without having a conversation with someone who doesn't look like you, who doesn't maybe come from the same background as you, who doesn't come from the same area code that you come from, because that's where you will be able to go out into the world and be able to recognize, hey, let me give this a second thought. Some of you guys put some very deep words in the chat: equity and inclusion. There's a difference between equality and equity. Equality is giving everybody the same. Equity is giving other people what they need to be successful. And that's what our society needs now, is equity. And so for some groups of people in society, we need equity. We need things to be able to change so that way that we can be successful. So that being said, I want to kind of close out this way. Again, giving you guys a little bit of the culture of pub. We have a scholar pledge in our program, and Tumani, who is one of our scholar ambassadors, is going to share that pledge, and also he's going to share with you our 3 rights to be, and then I will share a last couple words. Tumani?
We, the scholars of Project Upward Bound, represent resilience, growth, and legacy. Through learning, leading, and succeeding, we will strive, thrive, and have a sense of pride. As witness our pub family around, we are the scholars of Project Upward Bound. You have the right to believe, you have the right to become, and you have the right to belong.
So once again, those last 3 words is something I want you guys to hone in on. Every single person in this world has the right to believe, you have the right to belong, and you have the right to become. Our founding fathers said it this way: you have the right for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whenever one of those rights are infringed upon, you will notice that there are people who will be upset. And so for students of color and for people of color in our society, we have had people infringe upon our right to believe, our right to belong, and our right to become. And that's why we are where we are today. So my hope with this presentation is to remind all of you, if we're going to see the change or be the change that we wish to see in the world, it starts with us. It starts with you. We have that potential to make the changes in our society. You have that potential, and I know that we will make that change a reality. If you want to get in contact with our program, this is the information for our, again, our social media information, as well as our email and our phone number. I'm always looking for peer mentors to hire into our program. And again, feel free to reach out to us. But again, thank you so much to Jeremy and also to Jean Ann and the Office for Student Involvement for allowing us this opportunity. And we appreciate you very much.